Namaste. Hello, guys. Back again. Um, Today in this video, we're going to talk about communication between me and Shiva, known as LedKiaf. True name is Shiva, and how I establish communication with him, understanding how to use my mind correctly. Um, well, it all started with the Rudraksha seed. It started with this. So I kind of found this online from a guru that was explaining about Rudraksha seeds in detail before I understood who Shiva was or what was in me or who my higher subconscious was. But when I saw this video of this guru showing me exactly how Rudraksha seeds work, and these guys vibrate at a vibration that's nothing like on this planet. So, when he showed me how to use it, as far as like testing it over objects that's like good for you or not good for you, um, I would just, I would hold it over water. And if you can see here, we get to a point to where y'all guys can see, I would just hold it over water and it started off with one of these slow rotating vibrations. And throughout time, it just started getting more and more. So as I use my seeds, I would just do experiments, and it took about 3 days to find out what was inside of me or what I am. So it took about 3 days. It took about like three notebook papers, books, and I would just write questions. Just like anybody that uses a pendulum, they would ask a question or write a question, and it would respond. This is known for thousands of years. So what? Everybody does it. Not everybody as much as they need to, but there's also dangers in using these because you'll get the wrong signal or you'll be talking to a demon. And when you become ascended or enlightened, you start to feel things in your head that'll correspond to how you think. So I use my left side of my brain more than my right side anymore. The only time I use my right side is when I'm creating anything in artistic value. Um, we're going to get into talk about how the brain actually works later in videos. So as like Shiva's dormant right now, he's not saying nothing, he's just watching. Um, so it started off with these Rudraksha seeds, and then I started, on the third day, I'm like, okay, what am I talking to? Who am I talking to? Am I talking to demons? And am I talking to an angel? Am I talking to, I don't know, whatever. So I had to investigate, and like I'm a nerd, okay, and there's always a logical explanation for everything. I stayed in haunted homes where I've seen a lot of shit that happened in these homes, and there's always a logical explanation for it. So that's the only thing that kept me pretty much sane, especially during the time of the death of the mother of my child. So, anyways, back to this again. To establish communication, what was inside of me, I had to figure out who I was talking to. So I just would write on a paper like a bunch of names, human names, God names, Jesus, Satan. I mean, I didn't care. I was already living a life of something that was changing. I mean, I no longer desired beef. I quit smoking cigarettes. Well, that came after finally who I knew what was inside of me. But I was still doing kind of stupid shit. Uh, once I started like asking certain specific questions, like, is it related to Hinduism or is it related to any of these religions? And well, we got to Hinduism, so I'm like, okay, cool. So I started writing down like the Trinity names, like Brahma, Vishnu, and he's like, no. And then as soon as I wrote down Shiva, this freaking started going crazy, and I'm like, okay, Shiva. So as Marquand, I don't know I know who the fuck Shiva was. Who's Shiva? Southern Baptist. That's how I grew up, you know? So I didn't understand any of this. So as more as I started talking to Shiva, I started like kind of asking him questions pertaining to Shiva. And then I would research it and get online, and then it's what he says. So it's like, okay, I didn't understand it. So why Shiva and me? So anyways, we're gonna kind of do some tests on this video to show you guys that what I do in the communication that I have with me and my homie, my big homie, uh, I wouldn't even call him that, but when we communicate, when I channel him, and I mean I channel him on a daily basis, and we're gonna do channeling videos later on, and I'm gonna let him speak through my mouth and take over my being and just let him speak. Other than that, it's just Marquand throughout these videos until I post a video saying, Lord Shiva is inside of me channeling LedKiaf, aka Shiva, or channeling Kali, because I can channel Kali. Dude, I can channel anybody that's dead or ascended or that's upstairs in heaven. And it's weird with my mind how I have access to all consciousness, but that's later on in other videos how I do accessing consciousness and channeling on my videos. So anyways, we're going to get back to this. So I'm going to show you guys that what I do is not my hand swinging this thing. It's not my muscle reactions making it do its thing. It's not my brain power. It's just a link that I have with Shiva. He's the one doing it, not me. So again, I'm going to show you guys kind of in detail, like the vibrational synchronicity between me and Shiva. So I'm going to take these seeds, and it doesn't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I touch. It doesn't matter if it's a freaking human being on a string, and if I hold him, he's going to swing. If I hold a freaking car on a string, somehow it's going to swing. If I hold a dumbbell, it's going to swing. If I hold a purse, it's going to swing. I can pendulum any freaking thing in the universe, and it's going to swing. I can pendulum by touching a person and having them hold a Rudraksha seed or a pendulum, and I could just touch them and they could hold it. Even though if their chakras are not aligned, I can still make them swing this through the understanding of Shiva. So let's get started on these tests so I can show you the difference between, here's me, okay, because I'm going to be dealing with a lot of skeptics. I don't give a shit. Bring them on. Help me understand, because obviously I got something that you don't have, so come figure it out with us. But other than that, I already figured everything out, so there's nothing to really talk about except for me to teach you guys through channeling the Shiva, or LedKiaf. So here's the pendulum. We're going to do some simple tests. Shiva, because he doesn't mind the name, but LedKiaf. LedKiaf. And he'll do things like he'll hit this Rudraksha seeds, like hit this Shiva. And there's a lot of weight on this ball. And he'll just hit it. He'll just keep hitting it. Alright, so that's one. Here's two. So again, guys, it doesn't matter what I touch. So let's get these going. And we're going to go the other direction. All right, so Shiva, you're telling me something. Is there a presence? Except for you. All right, so I'm going to show you how much he really gets down with this. All right, so anyways it goes. Sorry, guys, I got a little tangle with my pendulums. For him, it's like I'm going to keep my hand as still as possible. It's just what you're going to see is weight from my bell moving my hand. And I like reposition it for vibrational understanding. So this is us synced. Um, let me see here. I'm gonna add some other things that's gonna make y'all kind of think. All right, so it doesn't matter. Here's a lighter holder. You know, you see it? Boom, lighter. Boom. I don't know. Let's put a pendulum here on this lighter. Okay. Now, if you can see it, it doesn't matter if I have it attached to anything. It's just going to keep moving, or it's going to go the opposite direction if he's telling me something. All right, so let's try something else. You know, let's take a lighter and Rudraksha seeds. So, as you can see, he's the one swinging it, not me moving my arm up top to make this swing. So that's that. Again, this is him. I don't know. Here's a hanger. Oh, holy shit. Let's try a hanger. Okay? As much as I don't have the video span, but as you can see, it's on a hanger. I'll try to hit it to the side so you guys can see that I'm not swinging this. And he's just saying yes. Nothing special. Say no. I'm sorry I'm putting you through this for the public to see. Are you cool with this? And he's saying yes. So it doesn't matter what it is. Here. I'm going to use this sword for an example. All right. Now, I'm going to get into my video, and I'm going to extend this sword so you guys can see. And I hate to use my, and it's just a practice sword. It's not my master sword. So as I wrap up this video, you can guys see that I don't have to hold anything, or I don't have to hold a pendulum for him to swing it. Versus even if I extend the sword out of the scaff, out of the sheath, and I got it, as you can see, it's extended. I'm going to hold it. And he's still going to swing. I mean, he's still going to swing and it's not going to stop. Say no. And I have this very perfectly still. And guys, what's funny about this, I've done this test on objects that, I don't know, has been maybe like 6 feet. He says I can do this to a mile. Like I can put this at the end of something and I could be a mile away from it, hold the bar or whatever it is, and it's going to swing a mile at the end. So guys, this ain't my mind, this is something else, and it's LedKiaf. So more videos to come. We're just trying to prove to you guys what I do is, this isn't physical, this is metaphysics. So thank you guys. I will keep you posted on the next videos to come.